Hello and welcome to the second part of my faction spotlight unit composition guide Total War Edition Medieval 2 Part 2006. That was really bad. Yeah, this is France. Bonjour. Bonjour. Je suis un bon de poisson. Alright, so I'm gonna start with France. This is part 2. Part 1 was England. But this is France. So let's just start. Like I did last time, I'm going to go ahead and start with cavalry. Alright, so this is the cavalry bit. I'm going to start. They're kind of in order of, good and not. I'm going to start with what not to do. So, big noobs are like, wow, look at these cool cavalry units. They're almost 1,000. They must be very good. But the issue is, they don't have shields. So, they're the same price, but they're just worse than noble knights and chivalric knights just in general. They're the same. They're as good as the Hospitaller and the Templar, but they cost 50 florins more. So I don't really understand that mentality. And the gendarmes are just bad. Like, they're not even good in defense. But just don't get these two units. Never get these two units. Big noobs think they're great, but they're trash. Hot garbage. Be gone. Alright, so now we're going to go over the actually viable cavalry units that France has to offer in terms of high-end cavalry. Obviously, there's the Templar and the Hospitaller, because every Christian faction, except for Poland, has them. I don't remember if Hungary does or not, but every Catholic faction except for Poland has them. Maybe Hungary or not. I'm not sure. I think they do, though. But, I mean, they're good. They're the kind of the mid-range, I'd say, probably, for cavalry. If you're kind of low on cash money, you can bring these guys. They're decent. Let's see. What's actually... Yeah, it's better to bring just... If you have enough money that you don't need these guys, because, like, if you're going to bring them, don't upgrade them, because the chivalric and the noble knights are just upgraded Hospitaller and Templar, kind of, basically. I don't know why they're so much cheaper than these guys upgraded, but they are. These are, like, probably the main two units you should bring for cavalry, especially at high-end prices. They're really good knights. They're just good knights in general. They have high armor, they have decent attack, they have a good charge. They're just, in general, good. So I would bring these two, probably. I prefer the Noble Knights because they're special to France, and they look cooler than the Chivalric Knights. But, I mean, to yourself, I guess. The horses of the Noble Knights have, like, a mail dress, while the horses for the Chivalric Knights have, like, cloth. So they look better in these. So, yeah. Next up, we're going to go to archers/crossbows, because there's two types for the French. So the French have 3 specific units to them, and then 1 unit that you might bring if you're a cheap boy. The main 2 archers they have are the Scots Guard and the dismounted French archers. The Scots Guard are basically just better French archers that have a lot of armor. I think, yeah, that's basically what they are. So, I mean, if you don't need cheap boy archers, just get the Scots Guard if you're getting archers, which I recommend a combination of crossbows and archers in sieges, because you can shoot over walls with the archers and shoot down on people with the crossbows. But the Aventurier, which are their main crossbow unit, and the crossbow unit that's specific to the French, is very cheap and does a lot of damage compared to the archers. and they also have more shots. They either have more shots or they just don't shoot as fast, which I mean is fine because their missile is ridiculous compared to them. Actually, let's check something really quick. Their missile is higher than the Pavese crossbowmen, which we haven't gone up through them yet because I've started with the 2 unique Western factions for some reason, not the generic boys, but they're pretty good. Aventuriae pretty good. You can also bring regular crossbowmen if you're a cheapskate and you have no money, or if it's a low money battle. I would bring the crossbowmen for archers. But all in all, these are the 2 good units they have. I probably would take Aventuriae better over the Scots Guard. The Scots Guard have more attack and defense for melee, but the Aventuriae shoot way more big. So that's kind of the archers for the French. Next, we're going to move on to the infantry. Not spears, just infantry. So I just realized, without spears, the French have a very, very small roster of infantry. They have chivalric knights, they have feudal knights, and they have dismounted noble knights. Chivalric knights, same as the armored swordsmen that we went over last time. They're just a good all-around infantry. Feudals, they're just feudal knights. They're like a thing in this game. They're very good in terms of like just reliability, and they're not too expensive. And the noble knights, which are the same as the dismounted English knights, also from the last time. So they basically have the same main infantry roster as the English, pretty much. The noble knights are a bit, I mean, they're the exact same. They're all just the exact same as the English ones. These are the exact same as the armored swordsmen. They're feudal knights, so they don't change. And these are the exact same as the, what's it called? Why did I forget? The dismounted English knights. The dismounted noble knights are the same as the English knights. So basically, these guys for cav support, these guys for holding the line, and you're kind of set, pretty much. Because these guys have an amazing charge, which I said last time, but if you need it again, oh well. Last, I'm going to go for spears. So, the French have pretty special when it comes to spears / pole arms. Because they have the Swiss and the Flemish pikemen. The reason the Swiss pikemen are special is because they have the highest pike damage of any unit in the game. You cannot get a pike unit with higher damage than you can with a Swiss. With the Swiss, you can get up to 16... Wait. You can get 18 attack with the Swiss pikemen. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's a 2,000 thing unit, so you would only ever just do this. But that is ridiculous amounts of damage. 16 even is ridiculous. You can't upgrade armor. They're stuck with low armor, but these are the highest damaging pikemen in the game. So I mean, like, why not use them as pikes? Also, if you want more of an armored unit, I always use these because I'm a noob, and I like them better because they look better than the Swiss pikemen, because they have chainmail and like the rebel looking armor. They're still good. They've got decent attack. The main thing is they actually have defense compared to the Swiss, which do not. But the Swiss do so much damage that it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna take these away. Another unit they have that's special to the French is the Volgue militia and the Volguiers. These guys have Volgues, which are like the French version of the Bill militia and the Billmen and stuff that the English have. They're not the same like weapon, really, like at all, but that's the same purpose they have in Medieval 2. Probably don't bring them, but I mean, if you want to, you can. Armored sergeants, kind of just generic spearman unit. There's nothing special about them. They're not bad, not epic. They're just okay. You can bring them if you want. The last unit I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to do here. I'm not going to do the weird transition thing. They also have their own French-mounted horse archers. If you want to bring horse archers, These are the only unit they have, but they're actually decent because they have quite a high missile, and they have armor piercing, which I forgot to mention. The Scots Guard and this amount of French archers have longbows, so they have armor piercing. So do the French mounted archers, which makes them, I think, I'm gonna check. I think it makes them as viable of an option as the Polish Streltsy. Oh no, they do more damage. Okay, so they're like, what's the price? Okay, they're really expensive, but they're pretty good. They're the only unit they have in terms of shooters, but I mean, take what you can get, I guess. Oh, I forgot to mention the French also have the pikemen and the pike militia, the basic pikemen and the pike militia. The difference between the pikemen and the Flemish pikemen is the Flemish pikemen have armor, and the pike militia are just lower in everything. To get the regular pikemen up to the... Actually, you can't. You just physically can't get them up to the same armor. The Flemish pikemen, if you do this and this, they just beat out every other pike unit except for the Swiss pikemen that the French have. So, that was kind of France. I'm not going to do the battles because I don't really feel like doing the battles every single time. That's basically France. Yeah, you should... Cool. You should subscribe for more Medieval 2 videos.